Jeruselem! Jeruselem, it's me! Oh, you can't recognize me because of the helmet. Right. He opens the Dragonborn helmet. There is what appears to be a half-elf, half-orc. It's me! It's your cousin, Aranonal.
Oh, wow, that is some armor. Where'd you get that?
Uncle said I have to blend in. He doesn't want the reptiles knowing I'm made out of flesh. Well, like skin and stuff.
I see you got here before us.
Oh.
I wanted to talk to my uncle.
Right. He is having a meeting with the mayor. He is trying to establish himself as a city-funded guild here, but it's not going well.
Well, I assume. Same reason we're both here. Sent to get rid of the Obscura in town.
Yeah, that's one of the main things we've been having trouble with, is the Obscura have a pretty tight hold on the area, but no one's seen them for a couple of days.
Yeah, about that.
You already are on this?
Yeah, we had a bit of a run-in with the Obscura on our way here, and happened to, well, get a little bit ahead of the mission.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laura. I'm the wife of Aranonal. I'm sure you've met him. Pardon me for not being in my disguise.
What is up with these disguises?
Mooney doesn't want them to know we're not from Grayscale. He says it's easier to get people to trust you if you think you're from where they're from.
You know, I would have thought he'd mentioned something like that in the letter.
That's a little odd. Aranonal and Ulora encourage you to go out and take a look around the town. Jeruselem heads over to the nearest horde, drops off valuables, and you want them transferred over to your account in Xandria, correct? Okay, so you let them know that. They begin that process. Lois and Kaya, is there a place you would like to go and visit?
I am now very concerned what a Kobold plushie Kafe service is for 1 second. Oh, 1 silver.
It's a maid cafe,
Still.
Don't worry about it.
What is a Kobold plushie? Is that some kind of code for a sex thing?
No. That is the bathhouse, that is not a brothel.
Kaya's just like freaking out.
Okay, I want to do my performance thing. I have Aurora.
You got to busk?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going out to make a performance and then loot.
Yeah. Make a performance check.
You mean I get a +8 to this? Hell yeah. Hold on. That's a 15.
Okay. You start to playing. You're doing pretty good. It's not your best night, but you know you're making a good amount of music. As you are playing, a Yuan-Ti woman walks by you and chucks a rock at you.
Oh.
What the fuck? When that happens, Lois goes, "Excuse me, ma'am."
No one wants to hear your ear rot. And she keeps walking.
Lois, under his breath, is like, "Well, fuck you too." Like, just very quietly, like, "Well then."
15 is not going to do it in Shadowhorn.
Rude.
Tough crowd out here.
No kidding. And then, and then after that, so Lois, I perform for a bit, and then Lois wants to kind of meander around and, looty.
Oh,
Okay.
are you sure about that?
No, yeah. Actually, roll a perception check to see if you see some poor rube you think you could probably pickpocket.
Crap. That's only gonna be a +2. I don't like that. I got a 7. I do not.
For sure. You see a little kobold, who is like in a little white dress. She's got this pack over her head, so her hands are full, away from her pockets. She seems busy. She's kind of stumbling and she's like rushing along. It looks like she is heading towards the bathhouse in a hurry. She's probably an employee there.
Nah, Lois isn't that mean. Lois is mean, but he's mean when there's like a big crowd. He's not mean when he's seeing like this poor kobold trying to run to the bathhouse. Like, that's an employee. He's not that mean, so no, he would leave it be. He'd be like, whatever. And he packs up Aurora and starts whistling about.
Yeah.
I would like to hop into the general store.
Sure. Jeruselem, you walk into the general store. You see this old, gnarled kobold who is wearing like a mix of like casual clothes and like armor that she is like still kind of holding on to. And a large section of this store behind the counter is dedicated to a very elaborate shrine to Godric, which in grayscale is depicted as an adamantine dragon. So you walk into this general store and there's just this big, like a third of the wall size shrine to the adamantine dragon behind a counter, and sitting at the counter is probably one of the oldest kobolds you've ever seen, who looks like she's dressed to go out and stab someone today.
Wow. All right.
You just walk in, pause, look at everything, and just, wow.
You'd think this is supposed to be a weapon shop.
Hello?
Just looking for some extra supplies.
Hello, blue man. What are you looking for?
I wanted to pick up some rations. Oh, you have a mirror.
I have those.
It's like a little hand mirror.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. If you want a big mirror, I have one of those too, but nothing magic or fancy smancy. We sell good, honest goods here. I don't muck about with enchantments.
I see. So I'm gonna stock up on some rations first. Let's see.
All right.
Riley, how long was the trip supposed to take?
You said you could get here in like on the boat 3 days. You really cut the time down on the boat travel. It'd probably be significantly longer if not, but if you could get a boat ride again, 3-4 days or so.
I'll probably still get more rations, considering we're supposed to be looking for Jag's boat. We don't know how long that'll take.
Yeah, could we have determined that Kaya gave you some money from her pool to also buy her some rations?
Or we could have it pay back, either way.
Yeah. We can absolutely have that happen.
Like, Jerusalem will just come back and be like, I got you guys rations, pay me.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We didn't give Kaya a turn, so Jerusalem.
I'll be next.
Yeah.
I'll just list down, I'll just write down what I bought. Like,
yeah.
I can do the math.
Just tell me what you buy and mark off the gold.
How many silver to a gold?
A gold is 10 silver. So you can get 2 days worth of rations for 1 gold.
Probably buy 6 rations, that's 3 gold.
We also sell hats.
I don't need a hat.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Excuse me?
And she reaches behind the counter and she pulls up like a musketeer hat, like one of those really wide-brimmed hats worn like by musketeer, like French, like fencers. It has huge feathers coming out of it. It is It is purple, and then it has like a crocodile leather wrapping around it. It might not be crocodile, it might be Drake. And it's got like a silver buckle placed onto it, and she sets down this hat. And she goes, "Everyone looks better with a hat, and you can have this fine piece of artisan craftsmanship for only 5 gold. It's genuine drake hide used there."
No.
Are you sure? I killed it myself.
I'm sure.
Ah.
I would like to get a mirror and a perfume, please.
Huh.
She hops down, heads over to a shelf, pulls out a small crystal bottle full of like a see-through liquid, grabs that, heads over, grabs a handheld mirror, walks back, places those next to the hat.
I'm not buying the hat.
Okay, well, can't blame a kobold for trying. Old Nipper gotta buy her lunch somehow, and she very sadly puts the hat behind the thing. I haven't sold a single one of these.
I think you might be trying in the wrong area.
It's 'cause it's shady here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's...
People need sunlight if they're going to buy a hat. Right.
Jeruselem makes a mental note to send Jag over here to
Well?
see if he wants to...
Turn it upside down and you have a little boat.
I don't think that's gonna cut it for Jag. Anyway.
Little boat, 4 gold. Use the feather as a steering rod. Waterproof.
For a mouse?
You could put a little cobalt in there, I bet.
Fine. I'll buy the hat.
4 gold.
4 gold. 3 gold.
Add ostentatious hat to your inventory, Jeruselem.
Ostentatious.
Please tell me you wear it.
I'm so sorry. Please add little boat to your inventory. Little bad boat.
Little boat. With feather. The feather is the sail.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She rubs her
At
little
least you got-
scaly hands together.
He got it for 1 gold off, though, so... Quite the deal.
It's quite the hat. I mean, boat.
Jerusalem's not gonna wear it.
Okay. You don't have to wear it. I just want it out of my shop.
Sure.
They take up a lot of space.
Yeah, he gets that. And he goes off to go find his teammates.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Jamie. We totally skipped you. What would you
I'm
like
fine.
to do?
I would like to go to the Serpent's Nectar.
Okay. You head over to the Serpent's Nectar. You immediately get the same kind of vibe that you get from the other potion and apothecary shop back in Xandria. This place, it's kind of small. It's in a darker part of town where it's kind of a little sketchy. There's a lot of shade and everything. And it is this small shop is being run by a large dragon, a black dragonborn who is wearing a big cloak. And is kind of like hunched over in the side of the shop. When you walk in, you see like one green eye open up and immediately lock on you.
Hello, may I come in?
Yeah, come on in. Welcome to the Serpent's Nectar.
Let's see, yes. I would like to buy 2 healing potions. My group and I just had a very unsavory interaction on our last adventure.
Of course. She gets up, a very tall, woman. She is covered in scars, like, along her arms, and, like, you see there are chemical burns on some of her scales and things. On her chest, like, collarbone area, she has a gold ink tattoo of Halo, who here is depicted as a fire dragon. So, like, this big kind of golden sun dragon is tattooed onto her chest. And she reaches behind her back and pulls out 2 healing potions and sets them onto the counter. 100 gold?
Of course. And I think as she's pulling out the 100 gold, she's like looking at some other potions and she pulls out an extra 50 and she's like, if you could throw in an antitoxin just in case, that would also be lovely.
You know what they say about antitoxins. Again, reaches behind her back, pulls out one, sets it down next to the 2 healing potions.
What do they say?
You'll always be needing one.
Considering the recklessness of my group, we may.
Well, you didn't mention recklessness. You'll be needing 2 then.
You're absolutely right.
Reaches behind her back, sets down a second antitoxin, growls appreciatively. Excellent.
She passes over the 200 gold. That's a lot of money, but also I feel like we'll need it.
Loomrad pours out the gold onto the counter and starts counting it, like, piece by piece.
Well, 100 of it would be the 10 platinum, so...
Yeah, 10 platinum immediately puts that behind her back. Right, well, this all seems sorted. Pleasure doing business with you, and remember, when you run out of that antitoxin, remember Loomrad Black Vial.
I certainly will. Thank you for your time.
A pleasure.
And I think as Kaya leaves, it starts to go back. She sees the bathhouse. And I'm thinking about how she is a very big horse, and there is fur everywhere, covered in mud from the marsh. And she's probably very unhappy.
I was gonna have a suggestion, though, that we all do the bathhouse after the meeting.
Oh, sure.
But she wants to look
Like-
good for them.
I guess so.
You can all meet up at the bathhouse before the meeting. We can say Jeruselem
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted, like, I felt like we would all have a great time at the bathhouse. Lois, because Lois loves their looks. Jeruselem, because Jeruselem likes luxury. And Kaya, because Kaya likes to be modest.
Yes.
Also, she's a big horse, and a bathhouse would mean she gets to have like
Yeah.
a gold porch.
Like, I think normally she does take care of herself pretty well, but after a day in the marsh with fur everywhere and mud up all in her hooves, she's not having a great time.
So you all come to the Kobold bathhouse, one of the many bathhouses you've seen in Shadowhorn, but definitely one of the nicer ones. You walk in. This is the building that you saw earlier that had like marble panels placed onto the sides of the building. You walk in. It's immediately just beautiful and gorgeous in here. And this entire area is kind of walled off to you. You see there's a little sign, and in several languages it just says no weapon policy. They're like no weapon policy in common, no weapon policy in dragon, no weapon policy in like several other different languages just going down.
Do they have a place to put them?
There's a little portrait on the side of it, says the Kobold founder, and there is a beautiful, well-off looking Kobold who is like a shocking blue, and it says Urti Cobalt on the thing. And as you all come in, a little kobold woman runs in a nice white gown that has these kobold highlights and like threads woven into it. She walks in and she smiles and she goes, "Hello and welcome to the Kobold bathhouse. One of the most luxurious bathhouses in all of Shadowhorn. I am afraid that we do have a strict no weapon policy. Do not worry, your weapons will be returned to you immediately after you finish receiving your services. And they will be taken very good care of. We have not been robbed from once in our entire tenure. But unfortunately, if you would like to enter into the business proper, you will need to surrender anything that could be considered a weapon or dangerous. Furthermore, there is a very strict no casting policy inside. No magic is allowed, save for the magic used by the staff to help run the premises."
Kaya immediately starts taking everything off and like using the leather straps that was holding everything to her back to like wrap it all into a bundle.
Oh, I have no idea how I'm going to carry that. Girls, she claps. Several other kobolds peek in wearing identical dresses. They hurry in. It takes about 4 kobolds to take your weaponry away.
I apologize. I could help if you need.
No. One of the reasons why we're never robbed is because no one knows where we keep the weapons. Please, by all means, let us. This is our job. We've got this.
Okay.
And they carry away your weapons. Lois and Jeruselem, do you also comply? Barkley immediately is like, "I have 1 scimitar. Here you go." Just drops it. Like, yep.
Yeah, Lois would. Lois would with the sickle, the daggers, the quarterstaff, and the sack. Lois has so many weapons for someone who doesn't fight very much.
Yeah, Kaya just passed over everything except for her armor, which is the chainmail that she's wearing over her chest.
So if you all hand over your weapons, they're taken away.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said
What?
sacrifice, but that was the wrong word, so I caught myself and I walked it back.
A little slip up here. What's happening to our weapons?
You see a back room where all of the kobolds are tossing the weapons into the river. They're like, "We will appease you, great river god." The river says, "Thank you. I needed this halberd for sure." No.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah.
The river god says, "Ouch, why do you keep throwing spiky things at my head?"
So you walk in. Immediately, this place is very nice. There are just droves of little kobolds, all in matching dresses, running around, serving various patrons. You see there's a section dedicated to placing belongings that aren't weapons and stuff like that. That you can like check in, like a locker section. There's a small cafe inside of this bathhouse that has also been set up, and then there is another section that leads to private baths, and then there's a public bath area as well.
Well, I got a decent amount of money.
I don't know if we need a day pass.
One of everything, please.
Oh, for each of us?
No, Jerusalem's paying for himself. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Oh.
The more expensive solutions listed under bath services also include a day pass. That should be noted. So you don't have to buy a day pass, a massage, and the bath salt. You can just buy the bath salt, and that comes with everything else. You do notice in the cafe area, they have a small little gift shop where they have little tiny plushies of the kobold waitresses that you can buy for 1 silver.
It is a maid cafe.
It's a little tiny like stuffed kobold that is wearing like the uniform of this bathhouse.
I love this. Okay,
I love it.
Jerusalem's gonna get the salt bath and a plushie, and I guess, they might as well food, too. How special.
Wonderful. Today's house special is, of course, Lake Drake, served with a fresh side of vegetables and our own special dipping sauce that we make here in-house. And that here's your plushie. Sets down a little stuffed toy kobold for you, and then, there are 3 different colored tickets. There's a bronze, a silver, and a gold. She rips out a gold ticket and hands it to you, Jeruselem, and goes, and there is your pass for the curative salt bath, private bath, and of course a massage session.
How much was the gold pass again?
2 gold.
It's 2 gold. It's so
Oh.
cheap.
Oh, yeah. Then Lois, absolutely. Seeing that it is 2 gold, Lois is so vain. Lois is absolutely 2 gold immediately.
Will you also be wanting a house special and a kobold plushie?
Who are you talking to?
Kaya.
Both.
Okay.
Kaya and Lois.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. That'll be 6 silver for both of you. So that'll be 12 silver.
Okay, so then another gold. I just give another gold. And Lois just goes, I don't need.
Thank you for the tip. It's very appreciated.
Kaya's also getting the house special and the bath salts. And she is thinking about how many little siblings she has.
It's a wonderful souvenir.
3, 4, 5. How much is 5 silver compared to gold?
That would be
That's
half of a gold. So 1 gold would buy you 10 plushies.
Okay,
Jesus.
do you have change?
Yeah, sure. We have change.
I'm buying 5 plushies.
Okay, mark off our 1 gold and take back 5 silver. And then she gives you a bag with 5 little identical kobolds, stuffed animals in them.
She has 5 little siblings.
This is amazing.
I feel like this would be a nice gift.
We need to draw this. We need to draw the kobolds. We need to draw the kobold plushies. They all need to go up on our shop.
Rowan, you need to make one.
I'm not going to make a kobold plushie. I'm not.
You know the little dragon plushies that, Rowan used to make?
Oh,
Yeah, the Homestuck ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would just be it, wouldn't it?
That, but smaller, with arms attached in a nice dress, maybe. Yeah.
See, the dress is the thing I don't know if I could do.
Now I'm stuck imagining them just as that. Shoot. Also, the dresses weren't maid outfits before you all started saying maid cafe, but now I'm having trouble imagining them not as
My
maid
other
outfits.
thought was that they are kimonos. And
I'm just imagining a medieval maid. A far different outfit than the modern
it's not
day
French
maid
maid.
cafe.
It is,
Yeah.
not French maid at cafe, but it's still a maid cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, they're little blouses and corsets instead of mini skirts and headbands.
Yeah, and like a little apron over the skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Not the anime maid cafe, Riley.
I mean...
What was today's special again? I think I missed that.
The house special was a Drake food.
Lake Drake served with a fresh side of vegetables and a special sauce made in-house.
Well, now I want to figure out how to make this.
Listen, our last meal was gruel. Like...
Yeah, I was gonna say, Lois is here for this.
I've been making a bunch of Skyrim foods, and now I want to try and make this.
You all, if we want to just cut to montage and just have a bathhouse episode,
Yes, please.
you all have a lovely bathhouse episode.
This is the bathhouse episode.
We get shots of you all having lovely curative salt baths. I will say, any diseases you have are cured. You don't have any disease.
Yay.
Yeah, you didn't have any diseases to begin with.
I feel so bad for the bath that Kaya's in. There's just mud everywhere.
I mean, there's mud on all of you, but yeah.
But Kaya is...
It's stuck in her, though. Like, your guys' mud was mostly on your clothes.
It's actually interesting. You all see, they lead you down into these bath sections, which means, like, they must have some sort of system to let in river water cleanse it or enchant it somehow, and then let in that water that's gone through process into the section. And then you imagine when they're done, they can just open up a grate and the water flows out into the river and away.
Cool.
So that looks like that's sort of how they run that system.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Do they have a clothing, like, dry cleaning service?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Is that extra?
You all also, we get shots of you all having like massages. There's like a kobold on Jeruselem, a kobold on Lois, and then like 2 or 3 kobolds having to work on Kaya.
Kaya is apologizing profusely through the whole thing.
1 on the human torso, 2 on the horse torso.
There's just a kobold on the horse section of Kaya jumping up and down.
Oh no! Why?
Trying to get like a knot out.
Oh
I love that.
One kobold has like scrambled up your back and is like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We have to work on Dragonborn all the time." And just...
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm sure Dragonborn is just as difficult. Anything that doesn't have, like, fleshy skin.
The real
probably
difficult
gonna be
customers are the turtles, because when they come in, it's a whole thing, because they have a shell, which is actually quite difficult to, if they're like, "Oh, I'd like a back massage," and you're like, "Well, I can't because you are a turtle man," but, so this isn't all that bad. And these 3 kobolds just get back to work. You all take the massage benefit, which is you get advantage on your next dexterity saving throw or dexterity check.
Nice.
Cool.
And you have a lovely time in the bathhouse. So, and the basic bathhouse benefit is you all get 1 point of inspiration.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, and also you get the kobold plushies and you have a lovely... Lake Drake is an interesting meal. It is like a big fish mixed with a reptile almost. So it's a weird flavor between like salmon and crocodile or like iguana maybe. But the sauce is delightful, and the fresh vegetables seem like they were hydroponic. Yeah, they were like grown hydroponically, which is pretty impressive for the medieval ages.
Hydroponically is quite the word.
It's
I don't know
not-
what it means.
Hydroponic, right? Hydroponics, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it means when a vegetable is like grown outside of soil in just water.
Oh.
Oh.
Like fully just a tube full of water with like holes cut in.
Wow.
Did you guys not?
Like when you put a potato in a jar.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah. I was the only one that went to an agricultural college.
Yeah.
I'm just now realized. So y'all didn't take a class.
I mean, I think it's good. You're a writer. You write
Yeah.
words like this, so it's good to know.
So I can flex on y'all by saying the word hydroponics.
Exactly. I'm gonna write hydroponics down in my notes.
Look, as an art student, I can flex and say things like Rococo and know what it means.
Yeah, excellent.
I can do mental health.
Honestly, though, that's the best, isn't it?
You all have a lovely time at the Kobold bathhouse.
Yeah.
We can have some roleplay here if you would like, or we can cut to you guys leaving and heading back.
Did we verify if there was a clothing cleaning service that...
Yes, that gets taken care of.
Okay, that's
good.
included.
All of the blood
Nice.
is gone from Kaya's chainmail.
It's just you like look at the clothes cleaning service, and it is just a back room with a table and one of the little kobolds on a stool. He's like, "I know prestidigitate. It's fine. Just set it down." She like waves her hand over, and just like a patch of the clothes just cleans itself. She's like, "And I just do this until you're done." And she starts waving her hands and clean like one prestidigitation at a time. Slowly goes and cleans the mud off of your clothes.
Did they pass out, like, little robes for us?
Yes, there are robes.
Okay.
Probably a wide variety of robes to fit.
Yeah, Kaya, maybe it like you find one that covers your humanoid bit, but not your.
She doesn't have clothes on her horse bits anyway.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like that just doesn't work out for you. Jeruselem and Lois, you can just wear the Yuan-Ti robes and it works out great.
Two guys sitting in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're guild members.
Business associates.
Partners, maybe?
They're definitely gay. Just not for each other.
Barkley waits outside.
Oh!
Doesn't even want to get cleaned up. Aw.
Barkley goes, I will just walk into the river and then back out.
I mean, that cleansing salt bath is pretty nice. But
I am made out of wood. That will probably not be great for me, all things considered.
It's true.
And a massage just is not going to be effective.
Is there a plant person? Can they do some pruning?
No, let them.
does that? No.
You look at these little kobolds, and they look at each other.
Hey, they're gardeners. They grow their own food.
I think Barkley's fine. Jeruselem goes outside, and he's gonna pull out that perfume and give it a little sniff test.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not the kind of perfume you get at the Feyborn City State. It's like a kind of dark and earthy smell. But like nice, very rich.
Okay, yeah, he
Mhm.
uses a little bit of it,
Yeah.
dabs it on. And then he pulls out the small boat, no, the ostentatious hat, and he hands it to Lois and is like, here, have a boat.
Lois, seeing it is insulted.
You see a ridiculously wide-brimmed purple musketeer hat with a reptile leather band, silver buckle, and a feather from some sort of bird that you are certain is only in this side of the continent.
Besides the feather, which Lois would pluck out, Lois goes, how dare you assume I'd wear something this gaudy?
Yeah, Jeruselem knows how bad it is too. He's like, he's like, the lady tried to sell it to me as a boat, and honestly, I would have given it to Jag as a joke, but I don't think he'd get it.
It seems functionally waterproof, also, Lois, which begs the question, why would someone... Why you are struck by the question of why does this hat exist, and you truly cannot answer this riddle.
Yeah, and again, Lois is more so insulted.
If you pull the brim up together, you could turn it into a bag.
Jerusalem's getting annoyed that nobody likes his joke. That they could give this to Jag in replacement.
No, Lois is still reeling from the fact that you would give this. He only took the feather because the feather looks nice. Yeah. But everything else, absolute insult. You have, like, Lois is now pouting. Just has the...
Jeruselem shrugs and goes, I don't know, use it as a bucket at your next gig.
I just got what you meant by giving it to Jag.
It's a boat!
I knew what it was.
Kaya takes a moment and just groans.
Could be a boat?
Lois is just ignoring because Lois is very insulted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I spent way too much on this.
Is there anywhere else anyone would like to visit?
No. I'm personally A-okay.
Yeah, I think that's good. We had our little refresher, we're all cleaned up, we're ready to go back and meet with Mooney.
Okay. You all feel great. You have had a bad week. Truly, it was a rough one. You sailed for a bit. You fought to near death against a group of fish people who knocked you out, dragged your bodies unconscious through a swamp. You then spent about a solid night and a day fighting your way through a cult-infested nightmare ruin. Several of you were brought again to death's door. And then you spent a hard day's hike through the same swamp here. It has been a tough week. You feel fantastic after that bathhouse visit. You feel like truly maybe this next week will not be so bad. And you all head back to the Moon Brotherhood. Once you arrive, you walk in. Aranonal is again at the desk, and he goes, "Right, I'm glad you're back. Uncle Mooney just got back a little bit ago. He finished up business with Okra, and he'd like to see us all."
Perfect. Perhaps my guild members should stay out here?
That's up to you. You're the guild leader.
Well, is this family business? And Jeruselem kind of gives the look.
This is the family, and this is business. So, yes, it is family business. We're here to be hired muscle.
Okay. Well, I suppose...
I should think you could just bring us in, and if he decides we are not welcome, we will leave.
I think that'd be better.
Right. Everyone come on in. As you all head into that back lobby room area again, you see Aranonal walks over, closes the door, locks it, places a wooden plank barring the door shut, closes the windows, locks the windows, and then walks into the back, pulls off the big Dragonborn helmet, and steps into the back, where you see your Uncle Mooney. Mooney is a tall, skinny, kind of wiry half-elf. His skin is also the light blue, like yours, like all moon elves, but his is kind of muddied. It is not as blue as everyone else's, and again, he has the kind of the rounded nub, pointed ears instead of the sharp points that elves have. Also, unlike the rest of the Estiero family, who have kind of variations on white or blue hair, Mooney's is jet black. As you all walk in, he goes, "Excellent. Jeruselem, you arrived here quickly. I appreciate to see that level of urgency in you. And these must be your employees."
Yes.
I'm thinking about how he said quickly, and how technically we arrived at the normal time as if we had walked, because we went on a boat super fast and then got stuck.
He gave you 3 weeks. He gave you a month, and y'all arrived within a week. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave us plenty of time, and we were like, we're gonna get there ASAP.
I appreciate that.
We got there, well, not quite as soon as possible, but as soon as we could manage.
Yeah, because we finished half the job for him already.
Yeah.
Mooney is dressed in like clothes that look like they're from the Victorian or Edwardian era, almost like, well, the rest of this world is in like fantasy, like high fantasy and medieval era. Mooney looks like he could go talk to like Shakespeare in a bit, dressed in that sort of outfit with kind of like a frilled collar a little bit, so it has like a bit of a popped up collar, and he has what appears to be like a elaborate monk sash wrapped around his chest like that, like a girdle, and he has fingerless gloves that are pulled all the way to his elbows. He has like a little bit of facial hair, so it looks like he's growing out a goatee almost. And his black hair drops to his shoulders, kind of Snape style.
The more I learn, the more I don't like him.
I was fine, and then you described his hair as Snape style?
My name is Mooney Estiero. I am the functional superior of your guild boss, Jeruselem, and I've gathered you all here for a very important matter to the Estiero clan.
Are they going to, like... are we sitting down? Is that what's going on?
He gestures at the seats and he goes, if you must, sit.
Alright. Jerusalem sits down, and then he's like... So the Obscura were giving you problems, but I heard when I arrived that this is a 2-step operation. What's the second step?
Well, let's not put the horse before the cart. What I asked you all here for specifically was that you could remove the Obscura, allowing the Moon Brotherhood a chance to establish themselves as a city-funded and supported adventurers guild. That was the most important step, and what I require you all here for. Now, I haven't seen the Obscura here in town for some time, besides the leader of Akomsha, who arrived a couple of days ago, but the rest of the organization have been unpresent. I believe they are on another mission, though it is quite possible that they may have some sort of establishment outside of city limits where they can keep their more illegal dealings away from the prying eyes of the city.
When he mentions Vakomsha, Jerusalem kind of scowls, and when he's done talking, Jerusalem's like, so where exactly is Vakomsha right now?
Vakomsha has been having several meetings with the Dragon Head of Shadowhorn, as well as I have, for the past few days.
Do you know where he might happen to have a guild or be staying in town?
Yeah, the Obscura have an established guild hall in town, though it is not quite as valuable of a piece of property. Their location is somewhat less adjacent to the heart of business and is more on the city outskirts.
Jerusalem nods. He's like, all right. That's good to know.
As you know, I've brought you all to deal with the Obscura because I need them out of the way. Once they are gone, it will be easy for me to establish the Moon Brotherhood. Well, obviously we're not going by the Moon Brotherhood here, but establish us as the head guild. Once I've done that, I will have direct and personal access to the Dragon Head at any time of the day. Which brings me to my next point. We are here to assassinate the Dragon Head of Shadowhorn.
Oh!
Excuse me? That, like, kind of just falls out of Lois's mouth. Like, even Lois is like,
Jerusalem's just kind of, like, thinking about it. He's like, before or after you get established?
I will need to be established to get access to her. The plan will not work. You see, Dragon Heads are chosen by a mercantile system, whoever has the most money. This is related to this nation's connection to dragons or whatever. They believe that the Dragon Head should be someone who can gather a large amount of gold, like we do, in order to be placed into that position of government. The Dragon Head needs to be someone that can offer the dragon more supplies for its hoard. Once I am an established business owner and government contact in town, we can eliminate the current Dragon Head. Once the current Dragon Head is eliminated, I should be the most wealthy person in town and would be a runner-up for the position of Dragon Head. If we play our cards correctly, I will become the regent of this entire section of Grayscale and have direct access to the Grayscale government and its workings.
Jerusalem is just kind of like thinking about all this.
If anyone looks at Kaya, she is seething. She is trying so hard not to say anything, because this is a family thing. She doesn't want to make Jeruselem look bad, and I rolled okay for her not saying anything.
What'd you roll to
but
not
she
say
is
anything?
livid. What?
What'd you roll to not say anything?
Well, it was a flat 13.
Okay. One moment, let me pull up Mooney's sheet.
What's he gonna do?
Sorry, does he have a thing for this?
Yeah,
Well, insight maybe if you show it on your face.
Mooney clocks you, looking, like, unhappy about this. And he goes, now, you appear to be a knight of some form, a paladin, maybe? Now, I assure you, whatever problems you may have with me, taking this method to establish myself in this manner, it is nothing compared to the crimes and atrocities perpetrated by the current Dragonhead Okra. If that will calm your conscience anymore, the current Dragonhead could easily be considered a war criminal by many counts, and executing her would be, frankly, a service to the law-fearing citizens of this land.
Then take her down in the lawful order of this town. That does not give you the right to assassinate her.
Kaya.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, Jeruselem just says Kaya and just, like, looks at you like, the heck?
You think a regional governor of one of the most powerful nations, of one of the most corrupt sections of Torius, would be able to be unseated in that manner?
If you make the right actions, yes.
No. You are mistaken. Okra is backed by whatever power behind the throne is here. It thrives off of Okra's method of governance, shall we say. The woman is a warmonger.
Then prove to them that you are worthy without murder.
And I shall prove myself worthy once the current Dragonhead has been removed from the section. Jeruselem, do control your employees.
Jeruselem just kind of shoots Kaya another look.
You can't see me, but I am double flipping him off.
Jeruselem, like, just kind of rolls his eyes and scowls, and then he stands up and he's like, you won't have to worry about that. One thing at a time. I wanted to mention something that we came across on our way here. We happened to have a bit of a run-in with the Obscura, and save for Vakamsha, who ran away like the coward that I'm taking him to be, I believe the reason you haven't seen the Obscura in a few days is because we dealt with them already. I heard a dice roll. Riley?
Quite impressive, nephew. I see. Your eagerness for payment is matched by your eagerness to get the job done. You have a mind for this business and for this work, and knowing that the Obscura have already been dealt with ahead of time is quite impressive. I will take that into consideration when doling out your section of the rewards once this job is finished. And you say you, before arriving at Shadowhorn, eliminated the competition entirely, based on the information I gave to you in the letter I wrote.
Well, let's say
Just say yes.
they
Just say
happen
yes.
to make the mistake of messing with us first.
Roll deception.
That's technically not a lie.
No, you're not lying. You're not telling the whole truth.
I mean, yeah, fair. Jerusalem's not gonna say it was an accident.
No, yeah.
He's going to take
Mhm.
credit for it. Alright, let's see. What is my deception? On the wrong document here. Persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 16.
Deception.
Oh, Oh. Yeah. So that's a 14.
Quite impressive.
Jeruselem just kind of shrugs, like, what would you expect?
That go-getter attitude of yours will be rewarded by the family, I'm sure. That is the kind of attitude one must have if you're to survive in this business. Very well. The Obscura are dealt with, which means that they will certainly no longer be able to pose a bid to be the government-sanctioned adventuring guild connection. Save for Vakomsha, who you say
About Vakomsha,
left.
though. Yes. Would you perhaps still want us to be dealing with him?
If Vakomsha is the last remaining member of their guild, then they don't have a guild. One moment. He's gonna roll insight on Vakomsha to see just kind of his read on that guy, because they've been having business meetings for the past week.
We know he's not the only one left, because they said that there were other sects.
You know that. Mooney does not.
He doesn't,
No. He goes, Vakomsha is crafty and dangerous, and quite frankly, he bites his lip. He goes, Vakomsha is crafty and dangerous, but he knows that without a guild, he can't make a bid for this position. He should be smart enough to know that this business opportunity has been lost to him, and he should relocate and gather up more employees. If he is not, then it is one of him and how many of us? Surely my eager nephew can handle one old man.
I know.
Oh, yes. I intend to go after him. He wasn't exactly the best host.
Noted. Now, that is an interesting process. We could separate. You take your guild to deal with Vakomsha, while I take the cousins here, and we go to deal with Okra.
I don't want to go after Vakomsha.
I'm, of course, getting ahead of myself. The first thing we will need to do is position our guild as a government sponsor to Shadowhorn. But once that deal is cinched, I will give you the signal to move on Vakomsha. Or we can all...
Why not now?
I truly have underestimated your eagerness. Very well, Jeruselem. You wish to seek out Vakomsha now. Is this something you are willing to take on with your guild, or will you be requiring the cousins as well?
Maybe cousins, please.
Kaya's, like, looking super nervous.
Yeah, because we know that there are more.
Also, you guys got a read on Vakomsha.
Yeah, he's sketch as hell.
Yeah, I think
and super a demon.
Yeah, you guys got the read. Yes, you know, when you fought...
Yeah, I used my magic eyes on him.
Mm-hmm. Also, you learned, yeah, Valorous wasn't the fiend that was downstairs. So...
Yeah.
Gives that hint.
Yeah, so Jerusalem's like... He kind of thinks about it, and then he's... Exactly how much do you know about Vakomsha?
He rolled a 19, so let's see what he knows. Vakomsha is a human man, some sort of mage, probably an archmage based on my reading of him, who is in the same kind of work as our clan. He organized a group of thieves that he pretended were an adventuring guild, and came in and muscled in on us, and seemed to know our family and our work personally. once he arrived.
Mention something along those lines. A family friend, he said. Obviously.
Family friend.
Now, Kaya, given our last meeting with Vakomsha, what do you know about him?
Kaya gives this look of like, how much do you want me to tell him?
Just say it.
How would I phrase this?
Let me just pull up Vakomsha's sheet.
Mention that he's more powerful and
I'm trying to think of how Kaya would describe her divine sense in world terms. I don't want to just say my magic eyes saw.
My special eyes.
Probably say the power granted by me by my deity to sense
It's
demonic
true.
presence.
With the power invested in me.
The power invested.
He seems to have a passing knowledge of what a paladin is, so you can be like, yeah, use my paladin senses. Bad vibes.
Bad vibe.
Bad vibes.
He did not pass the vibe check.
Ooh, I know. She gives Jeruselem that look, and then with the go-ahead, turns to Mooney and it says, well, with the sight and abilities gifted to me by Asmaldus, I was able to see that Vakomsha is no mere human. Vakomsha is a fiend.
One moment while I roll something for Mooney. Oh, Uncle Mooney. A fiend. Yeah, that big surprise to Mooney. Mooney had not clocked that. Mooney rolled a 3. Mooney doesn't know this, doesn't know the family friend reference, just all right over Mooney's head. And he's like, oh,
Kaya also turns back to Jeruselem and kind of mutters, do you also want me to mention the rest about the Obscura, or just Vakomsha?
No.
Okay.
Jeruselem is like, living in Xandria, it helps to have a demon expert on the team.
Of course, I imagine. Must be a bloodbath over there.
So, you can see why Vakomsha was able to escape back here, I suppose.
I just want to the DM, is going to check in with Jeruselem real quick. You know, Vakomsha left to go to a business meeting.
Yes.
Grew bored and was like, I don't have to be here for this. This is something you remember, and you're having Jeruselem play off as like, oh, he was afraid of us and he took off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, just wanted to double check. Just to be clear, Vakomsha was not one of the cult members that scattered later.
I mean, so Jeruselem made it obvious, obviously Vakomsha is much more powerful, so he wouldn't be scared, but he also is...
He did run away like a coward.
He is saying, we had a tussle, and we couldn't beat him. We already tried. We know he's too powerful for just our team.
Very well.
Given that, if you think cousins would be better on this mission.
If you want, I can also come. If you believe that Vakomsha is that much of an adversary to this situation, then it would be best that the old man is removed as quickly as possible. The best thing about living in Shadowhorn is that you can always dump the body in the river. Though, as a fiend, I suppose he wouldn't leave a body now, would he? Less pollution, I should say. Very well. If you think that this is a 2-guild job, that is certainly a position we can take. I will leave a few of my employees here, but the cousins and I will accompany you. We will show you the way, and we will deal with this tonight, as you have so earnestly put that forward.
I figured it was best for you to know. It seemed like it would make a big difference in your plans.
Jeruselem, I need you to make a D100 luck check.
Oof.
And this is maybe the most important luck check of your life.
Oh no.
Oh?
Oh no. Ah!
What is this?
What are you talking about? I don't like it.
Is there anything I can do on a luck check?
Absolutely not. Roll a D100.
No inspiration or anything.
No.
You know what? No.
No, luck is entirely in the hands of the fates.
Well, friends, it's not amazing. I got a 53.
Okay.
My luck is perfectly average.
53. You, gather up the full force of the Estiero family in grayscale at this point in time, and, you all begin to get ready to go out. You see, Aranonal puts back on his, Dragonborn armor. You see, Ulora puts on a cloak and starts using, like, this disguise kit makeup tool to add, like, fake scales to herself and puts in, like, ways of, making herself look more like a Yuan-Ti, fake teeth and the like. You see, Mooney twists a ring on his finger, and a ripple goes through his body, turning his skin into, like, the tan, like not quite brown skin, but, like, the darker skin of the Yuan-Ti. His ears become the normal human ears, and his body becomes covered in, like, black scales of, like, a Yuan-Ti man. And he just looks like himself, but as Yuan-Ti.
I hate him.
You see, Arnonal grabs a big, massive battle axe from the side, but Ulora and Mooney do not grab any weapons.
Should we get disguised too? Is that something that looks like it's happening right here? Or is this just Mooney and his crew keeping up their guise of being a
Mooney
shadow
glances
guild?
at you and goes, "It would be best if they think we are insiders for this operation.
Alright.
At the very least..."
Riley, how do I use my disguise kit?
You get to roll, and add your proficiency.
I'm afraid that would be slightly impossible for me.
You, of course, can be left to be explained as an employee. Same goes for the human. The most important thing for this is that no one can connect an elf to this.
Well, that's not great.
What did you roll?
A 2.
Oh my.
So, Jeruselem, you put on a cloak.
Yeah.
You put on a cloak.
Actually, I think it still fits for Jeruselem to not be great at disguising himself, because he is under the impression that anyone who hears the Estiral name should be intimidated and should know not to mess with them.
Lois, in that looks and goes, "Do you want me to cast minor illusion?"
Minor illusion cannot last that long and cannot cover that big of an area. You would have to cast a disguise self or something of the like. Minor illusion cannot do that kind of work.
Nah, I have enthrall, not that.
Yeah. Okay. The last shot we see is everyone gearing up. Jeruselem putting on that cloak. We see Aranonal going for his big war axe. Kaya prepping their weapons, their new bracers, and their brand new +1 great bow. And of course, Jeruselem, your brand new rapier at your side. Little sparks of electricity crackling alongside of it. And we cut across town. We see the camera kind of follow along these weird bridges and alleyways and rope bridges and sections of boats kind of pulled up into the air, connecting different sections of platforms across. And we see at the other end a guild hall with a silver half-closed eye with a coin for the pupil. And as we do, there is a thunderclap in the distance, and the clouds alight with red lightning.
Thank you, Robin Mag and I'll Never Tell 3 for supporting us through our Patreon. If you want to support our podcast as well, you can head over to our website, mxpcrew.com, where you can find our Patreon link on the very first page. We offer shoutouts to our patrons, as well as behind-the-scenes information and monthly stickers. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr for all your social media needs. If you like our show and have been thinking about podcasting yourself, I highly recommend starting on Buzzsprout. MXP started on YouTube, and let me tell you, it was extremely difficult uploading 1 to 2 hour long videos at a time in a timely manner. But working on Buzzsprout has been insanely helpful and fast. Buzzsprout helps you list your podcast in every major podcasting platform, as well as provide super affordable monthly payments. I totally forget that I'm paying for it because of how cheap it is. You even get a free, great-looking pre-made website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, and my personal favorite part, detailed analytics to see how people are listening. If you follow the link in the description and sign up for at least 2 months, not only do you get a $20 Amazon gift card, but you will also be supporting our podcast as well. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.